I'm sitting here with some of the stars of a play going on, the Vagina Monologues. Now, for those who don't know, tell us what the Vagina Monologues are.
Well, Vagina Monologues is a series of monologues that promote a lot of women empowerment, what we go through, our experiences. We each play different roles. It can range from victims of rape to mothers to women who've seen other women being taken hostage, or just women who just love their vaginas.
So this play has a lot of serious undertones to it.
Yes, a lot.
And it sounds kind of fun, too.
It has a lot of comedy, a lot of drama. It's got some action in it. It ranges from everything to child to adult, and you can relate to it in every way.
Okay, so give me a little history behind the Vagina Monologues, because this isn't a one-time play. You guys have been doing this for a while.
We've been having it here at AWC every spring. I believe it's been going on across the country in about the last 20 years. And every time it's different. Every time, different message. And every time it's about vaginas.
So do you guys put your own spin on this play, or is it just kind of straightforward?
I think every time anyone does the Vagina Monologues, they always have some certain spin because they always kind of have their own personality to the play itself. So every time you go see it, it's always different because there's always different people who are going to reveal the character more and more differently. So.
Okay, and you each play a different character in the play, correct?
Yes.
Several different characters,
Several
actually.
different
Okay. Can you give me some insight into some of your characters?
Well, I have one where I'm a mother who tells a story to her newborn about things that happened to her. And then one of them, I'm just ranting about about my vagina and how angry it is. And so that's a comedy piece. The other one's very, very serious. And then there's one where there's like, it's just like where they interviewed a lot of people, a lot of girls, and came to the same point and made one monologue out of that.
Okay. What about you guys?
I have a piece where I am being smuggled, and it's about how we suffer as women going from one place to another, and if we can't meet our own ends, we just die. That's one of my serious pieces. My other piece, it's called My Short Skirt.
I'm in it with her.
She's in it with me, and it's kind of serious but funny at the same time, where we show that how we dress doesn't define us, and it doesn't make us who we are.
Okay, so you guys, it's not just one person on stage talking. It's like
No, not all the time. There's different pieces throughout it. There's monologues to group pieces, lists where people just list off different things, like what their vaginas would wear, what they smell like, and all kinds of funny stuff. You'll like it.
Okay, so you guys have lots of different characters you're playing and everything. Did you guys find yourself like really connecting with these characters?
Yes.
With a lot of them, yes.
At some point, you definitely make a connection because you can feel the emotion that they must have felt because you're just as vulnerable as they were at that point.
And do you guys ever just have group readings where you're all like reading this and?
Oh yeah, every practice we read together.
There's times where on the most powerful pieces we end up crying.
Yes.
Oh, I would imagine.
No matter how many times we've heard it, it always hits us.
Yeah.
'Cause most read-throughs and plays, everybody's in this circle having fun, but this play just seems so much more powerful than, say, Romeo and Juliet and the people with them.
To be honest, a long while back when I was barely starting this college, I came in one night and I accidentally walked into this actual play. When I saw it, there was one about an Indian woman that's actually in this this monologue too, where she was being abused and how she tried to get away from that. And it touched me so much. I actually wanted to break down just seeing it. So it was actually a very strong honor to be in this because you'll feel some sort of movement, some sort of connection when you walk out, and they'll stay with you.
Do you guys have any other stories about your characters that just something took you by surprise? Or
One of the pieces, well, I didn't know about it at all. This is my first time doing Vagina Monologues, and it's called I Sit and Think. And I just thought it was going to be someone thinking about her thoughts and how she is as a woman, and it's about a woman's last thoughts before she dies. And that really took me by surprise because I thought this was herself saying it, and it wasn't, because it was her dying voice. That one took me like by surprise a lot.
Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of emotion in this play. There's a lot of twists and turns. Throw some times at me if people want to come see this play.
Well,
Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and then on Sunday at 2:30 in the afternoon. You can come see it.
Okay. And anyone come in, or?
Anyone.
Anybody
We asked
can
for a
come
$5 donation.
But it's completely free.
Yeah.
There is a bit of profanity and a small amount of sexual content.
Okay,
small,
so
not very small.
would you guys suggest 18 and older?
Definitely 18 and older.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest that.
Anyone who's kind of mature, at least even like 16, but just don't bring like kids who are like in the elementary who wouldn't
Yeah.
understand.
Also, people tend to shy away just from hearing the name Vagina Monologues. We're also trying to get a lot of men to come to this to see what we as women go through. And
It's very educational.
It's very educational. We usually just get women come in, and I think every guy owes it to their mom, their sisters, their girlfriends to come see
Their
this.
daughter.
Okay, speaking of that, I heard that every time you guys do this play, it's all female, everything.
No.
No?
No, we actually have 4 men in the cast. Yeah, we have 4 men in the cast.
Okay.
We got some playing guitar and stuff like that, like in the background, and then we have some acting in the monologues as well, or in the group pieces.
And they make important announcements about different statistics and facts around the world, also that are very interesting.
Okay, so like you guys were saying before, very educational.
Yes.
You guys yourselves, how did you get involved with this?
I am a theater major. One of the other theater major students who's directing this piece, Sherry, she came to me and she told me about the auditions. And at first I started just for class credit, and then I just got really pulled into it.
Right.
I used to do acting, but I stopped, and Sherry, she came up to me too. She's the director. She came up to me and she told me she would really have some pieces she would really like to see me in. So when I saw the pieces and I read how intense they were, I was like, oh my gosh, this blows me away. So I took that as well.
Okay. Yeah. We're just going around here.
Well, at first I was kind of scared, but then I was like, oh, I'll try it. It'll be something new. And then I originally got a piece but got really busy. And then I got pulled back into it, and I'm doing a different piece. And it's really different from me as a person, but then I found parts of it that I could actually connect to, and I'm surprisingly very good at it. So.
It's true. I'm a music major, but I've always loved theater. I
Okay.
did some when I was younger, and my aunt is also a music or a theater major, so I was kind of familiar with what was going on. And Sherry, the director, happened to just see me passing by humming a tune and was like, hey, are you trying out today? And I'm like, I don't know. What are you talking about? She's like, well, the auditions are at 7:30 or whatever. And I'm like, I don't have a monologue. But I did it anyways. I just found one and just said it over and over again until I could get it and auditioned.
Okay, is there any requirement to audition for these things?
They usually just look for a piece a minute long, depending on what kind of play you're auditioning for, drama. Usually they specifically ask for comedy if they want it. Just as long as it's a serious piece that you have down by memory, they'll take an audition.
Okay. And like you said, personal experiences, everything. How do you guys feel to be a part of this play that so many people around the world have, it actually have helped them emotionally and that kind of stuff?
Connected,
Yeah.
empowered.
I feel very empowered, and I'm so glad to be a part of this piece. I can really connect to my characters.
It's a new outlook, I think, really.
Do you guys feel like you guys are changed after being a
Yeah.
part of this?
Definitely.
Yeah, some of the pieces really, especially ones that you haven't heard yet, have a way of like getting into your head, and then you think about them later when we're not at practice, and it's like an impact. Yeah, definitely.
So how many pieces are actually in this play?
Well, there's 3 acts, and
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. 3 different acts, about 8 to 9 pieces each.
Okay.
Right about it.
So how long does that all round out to?
About
About
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Okay,
it's
so
totally
less,
worth
like
it.
right around
I bet. So you guys are up there for 2.5 hours. Does it get a little tiring sometimes, or are you guys just fueled by it?
We switch,
No.
we switch back and forth, people will go in and do their parts, and it's kind of funny because in this play, our director actually, the way she chose us to do each piece, it's kind of like, we are meant for that piece. We do it really well for some reason. She was really good at judging us onto that.
Okay.
One thing that makes it easier is we're all close too. We're all friends, and it's made us closer as well.
Okay. And we have a question here from some people in the back. They want to know, if you had to nickname your vagina, what would you nickname it?
There's actually a piece about that.
Is there?
Yes.
It's kind of funny.
Does anyone got one?
I don't got one.
The JoJo? I don't know.
The JoJo?
The JoJo instead of a JJ. The JoJo. JoJo for short.
I have a friend who calls hers Camille.
Camille?
Camille.
Well, we live in Yuma, so there's a bunch of Mexican food, so probably burrito.
No, I don't know.
And so you guys are saying, okay, trying to get off that topic.
It's cool.
You guys are saying you have a bunch of different roles and stuff. How many roles do you guys take on a piece?
I have 4.
You have 4.
I have 4. The average is about 2 to 3.
Okay.
I have 4.
I have 4.
I have 3.
Do you guys have a lot of people in this?
We have about
Yeah.
16 people,
Yeah.
Wow.
not including the men.
Okay.
They don't count.
In this, they don't count.
They don't have vaginas.
So the men, they're just the background. Do you ever see them in the play, or?
You see all of them. They have helped out a lot. If
They
we
kind of
did-
hold us up.
They do.
Okay. And plays back then used to be all by men. Do you guys feel like you can kind of hold it over their head, like,
Definitely.
oh, I'm going to play all about it?
I personally don't feel that way.
No?
I think it's important that we have men in it to show, it's not just all about us, but it's important that you guys understand too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's
I like to
actually
do that with that.
a piece in the play. It's about a woman who meets a man named Bob, and it actually is about how she was so afraid of herself for being a woman, how she is, and this man, she just completely changes her, and he makes her realize how beautiful she really is. So there is actually, they're not fully into the story, but there is references to men and how they change the woman and help them.
Okay. And like they said, you can go see the Vagina Monologues. When we come back, you'll get a little taste of the Vagina Monologues. The times and dates are on your screen right now. Admission is free. Please bring $5 donation. It's appreciated.